Prepare yourself to be blown away by the seismic sounds and scrutiny of Aftershocks Podcast with Chris Aiken and Matt Hartnett.
All right, it is another version of Aftershocks here at aftershockspodcast.com, and I feel graced to be allowed to not only live in this guy's world, but to not be murdered and be given the opportunity to share the words of the Warkings. On with us now we have from the Warkings, I'm assuming the leader of the Warkings, the Viking. How are you, Sir Viking?
I'm great. And how are you? You're doing good?
Thankfully, you haven't chosen to kill me as a sacrifice to the gods of Odin, so I feel very good.
That's great.
Excellent. Well, Viking, let's talk a little bit about your latest foray into your latest message, I guess, for the world, which is simply called Revenge. Talk a little bit about this release and how it is necessary to educate people like me to, do what we're supposed to do to provide proper worship to the gods of Odin.
Yeah, that's the second record. The first one was called Reborn because obviously we all came back from the underworld or the heavens or whatever you believe in, you name it. And the new one is Revenge. We pissed off some lords of the underworld. We pissed off like the mighty Satan and all his demons and all this stuff, and so they want revenge, and that's why we need all the help of all our warriors and shield maidens and everybody around, to fight them. And we try to, we tell the stories of battles from the past on that one, and try to improve and make our army better and get a bigger army of fans all around the world.
Sure. Now, as Vikings, or as a Viking, do you give this word to the innocent people to have them join your army, or as a warning that if they don't join your army, they're likely to incur your murderous wrath?
I think the best thing is it's free will. It's your own choice. If you want to join our army, it's great. If not, then we declare you an enemy. So so we give you that option. You have that one free option, to join our army, and then you might be end on the other side. Right.
Certainly. Now why have the Warkings decided to spread this message through the sounds of power metal instead of just through wartime action?
We were four ancient warrior kings, and we all died in battle, and we met in Valhalla, or name it whatever you want to do it, heaven or Olymp or whatever. Everybody has a different name for it. In the end, it's all the same. And we wanted to tell those great stories we lived through to the people. And there's what better music you have than heavy metal? It's powerful, it's epic, it's it's fast sometimes, or slow, whatever you want to. So that's great. And I think it's a little bit better to fight with music than with real weapons. That doesn't hurt so much.
Sure.
It depends on the music, Right. There's music that hurts.
Sure. I would imagine a mosh pit at a Warkings show would cause some pain, no?
Yeah, we don't call it mosh pit. We call it Braveheart clash. We split the audience in two parts. In British Knights and Scottish Highlanders, and then we let the audience decide who wins. So for us, it's the Braveheart clash.
Sure. Now, Viking, with the new release, Revenge, one of the things that you guys definitely did capture is it's a very big sounding release, which obviously for a band like yourself, it should be, but talk a little bit about the production of it, because you guys did get some masterful production on this release.
We when we did our first record, the gods in the heavens, they told us to go to this town in Germany called Hammerburg. Nowadays they call it Hamburg. Yeah,
Mhm.
Hammerburg in the past. And there's this guy called Eike Frese, and he's our producer. He was the only one who was not scared, to produce like for ancient dead kings. So for this one, we went back to his studio, the Chameleon Studios, and yeah, he did just an awesome job. He understands what we want to do, and obviously we play power metal, so it's important to have like heavy guitars, good guitar sound, and all that, and he's totally into that, and that's the way to go, and that's how this record came to be. He's our weapon of choice.
Sure. Well, other than what, a good spear or a sword or something, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, for the sound, for the sound, sure. And the record. So he's for that part, he's the weapon of choice. He's the god of sound.
Sure. Now, Viking. There's obviously other bands that are out there that make similar style of music, whether it be like a Primal Fear or Sabaton or bands like that, but they do not focus on the message that you're bringing with the Viking heritage, we'll say. What do you say to those bands? Do they need to straighten up and change their message to provide proper worship?
No, that's why we are here. They can do what they do and we do our stuff.
Right, okay.
They're good in that what they do, and it's okay. This is not, but for the Viking heritage and for all the message, that's why there's the Warkings. So you just need us.
Sure. What do you think of like TV shows that try to portray the Viking heritage? Do they do a good job of it, or is it just nonsense compared to what really?
There's I think like there's like they get better. They have more information of how to portray the Vikings and how to recreate the lifestyle, and there's so it's kind of fun to see, and I think a lot of people dig that, like the old ways of living, and that's great, yeah, and they're getting better. Yeah, there's this show called Vikings, obviously, sure. which is it's not bad.
Right? Does it feel like home movies to you?
Yeah, it's like looking at the photo album.
Right.
It's like it's like if I watch it, it's like like your holiday pictures. Like look that one.
Right. Definitely. Now Viking, on the new release Revenge, which songs or which messages, I guess, stand out to you as the best that you've created this time?
Yeah, first of all, we have this one song called Odin's Sons, about the way of the Vikings, which I really love that one. That's a great song. And then we this time, not all the songs are about ancient battles. So we have this one song called Banners High, and we played a lot of great festivals last year, like Wacken and Tuskar and that stuff. And so yeah, we wanted to write this like anthem for us and the fans, so we did that one. But like Odin's Son, it really like it's like the melting pot of the Viking message. It's just a song about men from the north with swords and shields and axes.
Sure. And you shot this video, which we're actually showing right now for the Queen of the Damned, or for Odin's Sons. Talk a little bit about this video shoot, because it really does capture the essence of the Viking feel.
Yeah, first of all, it was freaking cold, especially for our drummer, because he's not wearing anything else, the Spartan, because they're so tough.
Right.
They just have leather pants and, a red carpet. And then he was like freezing his ass off, of course. And yeah, that's just, we just like the song captures the spirit of the Vikings. So we wanted to create something like that. So we went far up north to the northern lands to find this great place, and there we were. And then we shot this video, and we summoned the Queen of the Damned, from the seventh circle of hell, the evil vampire queen. Once again, we had her on the last record, and it turned out great for us. And we asked her you want to do this song with us? And yeah, she said yes, and that's how it all came to life.
Sure. Now, obviously, the rest of the world is slowed down right now by the pandemic. How is this affecting the Warkings and your quest for world domination?
Yeah, of course, we're just like sitting around in Valhalla and drinking more beer and mead right now because we're not allowed to play concerts like everybody else is. So we're just sitting around waiting. Started to write some new songs to don't get bored. If you get bored, you start fights. That's what happens.
Right.
And yeah, that's what we do. And we just wait that this fucked up pandemic which just goes away, and then hopefully we can start next year. We have a tour coming up next year in January, and then fingers crossed that this is going to happen. We're chasing Loki around Valhalla because I think he's responsible for that shit.
You think Loki caused it?
Yeah, Loki made some bullshit with his biological play kit, so I thought maybe. So we're chasing him around too. He's like if we ever get hold of him, you're gonna beat his ass up for that shit.
Right, as you should. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised to hear that you're willing to follow the rules to stay at home instead of just saying fuck the rules and going and doing what you want.
We would say that, but then what happens? Then we're there and nobody else. So that would, but this is a little bit like, I can say fuck the rules, and then there's no stage and nothing, and I'm like, we're standing around and. That's it. Like it looks like we can do one festival. Like they told us there maybe we can do a festival. I think it's in Austria, because where they can do it. But yeah, we said that. Like you said, we said who cares? We're coming. We can't die. And then everybody else told us but nobody else is coming then because they're not allowed.
Sure. Well, what's going to happen when the Warkings inevitably encounter the intergalactic marauders, GWAR? Is that going to be a big showdown for you guys, or do you not even worry about GWAR? Are they just old school?
That's fun if you talk about old school. When you're 1,000 years old.
True.
So
they're a million years old, aren't they? I think they're a million.
Yeah, that's what they say. Let's see what happens when we ever got to meet them. That would be fun, Like I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Right.
I think they're great. They're great, and then that's fun. Then let's see. That would be an epic fight.
That would either be an epic fight or an awesome concert, one or the other, right?
Yeah, or both. First the concert and then the fight.
Right. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Well, Viking, the new release is called Revenge. Tell people where they can go online to keep up with you and to follow along with the band and, hopefully learn to worship the God.
Yeah, we're on this social media stuff everywhere. We have a Facebook page and we have an Instagram account, I think, and Twitter. Well, is that the right name? Yeah, Twitter is the name. So yeah, you can follow us there, and you get all the information. Sometimes it's one of us that's online there, and sometimes it's like we have people helping us out, and that's what you get most of the information from, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Awesome.
I think this is the way to go. They told us this is the way to go nowadays. It's not. It's. You don't have messengers on horses anymore.
Right. Certainly. Well, I'll tell you what, Viking. As long as I'm not going to piss off the gods of Valhalla, I would like to give the listeners a taste of Odin's son. Is that acceptable to you?
Of course. Do it.
All right. Then check it out right now. This is Odin's son. It is the Warkings, and this is Aftershocks.
Thanks for listening to Aftershocks. For more episodes, go to our website at www.aftershockspodcast.com. Visit us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for more news and information on the podcast. And be sure to subscribe, listen to, and review all episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. For your music listening pleasure, visit our website or go to www.shockwavesradio.com. For all comments and questions, please email us at info@aftershockspodcast.com.